All right, welcome back to Dream Talk. I'm Brian Ladd with my co-host Deborah. Today is Monday, December 7th, 2009, 9:21 p.m. We're going to be discussing one case tonight, and that's the case we discussed last night. We want to go into this case a little further, like we said we were going to do. I did do a redo on this case. It is posted on the internet, and this is case number 833 for Janet and Ramon Barreto. I have Deborah, my co-host, with me tonight. Deborah, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. How are you doing tonight, Brian?
Wonderful. And how are you doing?
Fantastic.
Okay.
Thanks for asking.
Great. We discussed this case last night. We had two guests on, and we're trying to get a more specific location because we really want to bring these two people to justice. And when you hear about this case, I think you're all going to agree with us. So let's just get right to the case, Deborah. I have their pictures up here right now. They are missing. Their names are Janet Barreto and Ramon Barreto. I did watch a link today. Deborah just sent me a link a couple hours ago for the America's Most Wanted episode. They got, I think they did that. Was it yesterday or the day before?
It was Saturday night, okay. 9 p.m. Eastern Time.
So it was a few days ago. I just saw that on the internet. It sounds like they're making this stuff up, but apparently coming from the police department, the story is accurate. So without further ado, Deborah, what information do we have for Janet and Ramon Barreto?
Okay, well, while I explain the case history here, I did put a link in Skype, and that link is to a case file at americasmostwanted.com. Now, you can get a picture of one of the dogs from that case file, too.
Okay.
I
put the link that you gave me, I put that in the case file, too. So that's at the
awesome.
top.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Well, this case, it really tugged at my heartstrings, and it also made me really angry. So it was one of those where there's a lot of mixed emotions. When I saw it, I just knew it was one that you'd want to work on. And the first that you heard of this case and what actually had happened was when we were talking about it last night on the show. So I'm going to go through and explain what I did last night, for those that didn't hear it last night. On May 17th, 2008, Janet and Ramon Barreto, and the last name is Barreto. That's who we're looking for right now. That's who the case is open for. They brought a 2-year-old adopted daughter, Anna, to the hospital. They said that she'd fallen out of a shopping cart, but the doctors didn't think that was true. She had severe trauma to her head and to her body, and they thought that that was more in line with a car wreck than with falling from a shopping cart. When they medevaced little Anna to a children's hospital in Memphis, the doctors called the Sheriff's Department and the Department of Human Services. Well, it ended up dying the next day, and when the police went to arrest the Barretos, they'd already left the hospital. These people did make contact with the police, but they were very evasive about where they were at, so they issued a warrant for their home. When the cops got to their property, the property's fenced in, they right away heard dogs barking. Behind the house, they found a large puppy mill with 187 dogs, over 50 cats, and some ducks. The animals were filthy. Some of them were so matted with fur and feces that they couldn't even move. There was a breeding trailer where sick mother dogs were forced to give birth to their litters of puppies on top of mounds of their own feces. The police say that the smell was almost unbearable. The home itself was a double-wide trailer, and it was painted nicely white. But when they opened the door and they went in, it looked completely different, than a nice, cheery white paint job. They immediately upon entering, cockroaches scattered and they fell from the ceiling. There was rotten food, feces, and insulin needles all over the floor. And the insulin needles are there because Janet Barreto is diabetic, and so she just left her needles just all over the floor. They say that the smell was so overpowering that the officers had to leave to get face masks. Now, they had living there with them. Janet and Ramon Barreto had Janet's 17-year-old daughter, Morena Torres, and also their biological daughter, Janet, who was 6 years old. So the four of them lived in the main trailer. There was a room down the hall that had a wire tied around the doorknob from the outside, and when they unlocked that, the room was empty. But after they checked that room, they found something else. They found a small breezeway further down that hall, and there was another locked door from the outside. When they cut that lock, they found a single wide trailer, and in that small room there were 7 cribs, 3 of them on one side and 4 on the other side. Some of these cribs had plywood bottoms, and some of them had just spring-exposed mattresses. There were dirty diapers, rotting food, and filth everywhere on the floor and in the bottoms of the cribs. And there were also tiny little brown handprints imprinted on the crib bars. But the thing that was the most horrifying to them was that the cribs were empty. So here they find 7 empty cribs that are just completely filthy and in disarray. So they went ahead and they did some more checking, and they found out that a relative had the kids. So they were able to get the kids, and that included Byron, who's 8 years old, Edwin, Juan, and Celeste, who were 3, Lucretia and Luisa, who are 2. And the cops say that at first, the kids just looked really blank. They just stared ahead, like they really didn't see anything. None of the kids could talk. They could just whimper. And as soon as the kids